Well, here we are in 2018. That's right, with Don and Gino Franti on the National Real Estate Cafe, where you get your daily dose of real estate market updates for over 2 years now, Gino.
Yeah, what's crazy is 2018, January is almost slipping away from us already, Don.
Yes, we're halfway through the month, over halfway through the month. But good news is we have the news for you.
All right, so let's take a look at this slide where we go over what the media is probably going to jump on and say, oh, no, builders are freaking out.
Yeah, because everybody's waiting. They want to be the prognosticator of when the market's going to tank. And there's a lot of people that continue to throw out, it's going to tank this year. Well, maybe next year. Oh, next year. Eventually, they're going to be right. But right now, we want to show you, as we do on this show on a regular basis, and why you want to get these sent right to your phone every day by texting NREC to the number 5885, is that despite what's happening with the market, let's go back to the chart here. You can see that the trend is up for U.S. housing starts, home builders building homes. You can see the trend is up, right, Gino?
Yeah, and so if you look at it, you could see that it is down a little bit in December, but as you like to say, Don, it's the frozen tundra in the East Coast this year is going to have a little bit of an impact on housing starts.
Half of the country's been frozen.
Even Florida was like 25 degrees one day.
Yeah, no doubt.
That never happens. So look, we have a little bit of seasonal adjustment nationwide, and you'll say you look at last December. Well, last December was good, so let's say this is a flattening. Even if it is a flattening, that could be healthy.
Okay, and that's what all of you worry about is when does the crash come? The crash comes when there is no corrections, growth is too fast, people are getting home loans that don't deserve to get home loans. All that is not happening. We're at some of the lowest delinquency levels. I just talked to a client recently. They went, well, why are there foreclosures? I see so many foreclosures. Those are basically resets on those of us that had hardships. A lot of us had hardships. We got some reprieve from the mortgage lenders, meaning an
5-year reprieve.
5-year, an interest-only loan at this rate, and the interest rate's going to go up. And at the end of that time, it's going to go to a normal loan, principal and interest, possibly at a reduced time frame. So therefore, some of us are getting payments that are jumping up. Could be $1,000, could be $3,000 a month. Therefore, they're like, hey, well, it was a good run. Out.
Well, look, I remember when we finished up the modifications, Don, a lot of people, we would look at their modifications and say, should I do this? And I would look at it and say, it's cheaper than rent. Yeah, you should do this.
And you get to write it off still.
Yeah, and so now all those equations changed, and you might look at it and say, you know what, you might as well just let her go.
But delinquency levels, again, are some of the lowest levels of all time. There's always foreclosures, always short sales. So we're going to continue to say, what we continue to say is housing market we think is going to remain strong.
That's right. So check us out every day on the nrecafe.com or donandgino.com, our hub for everything we do.